What is a land bank? Many former industrial hubs are facing trends of vacancy and abandonment. Land banks acquire properties that may be tax delinquent, foreclosed, or distressed. Land banks acquire title to distressed properties and seek to solve the issues that prevent the property from selling in the private market. Land banks are intended to resolve blight, vacancy, and property abandonment through acquiring distressed properties and either returning them to productive use or temporarily holding and maintaining them. They can improve the overall condition of the community through acquiring, holding, managing, and sometimes developing vacant, abandoned, or underutilized properties. Typical land banks are public entities created by local governments. They may be part of an existing entity like a redevelopment authority, a housing department, or a planning department. There are more than 300 land banks and land banking programs in the United States. Statewide, land banks exist in Michigan, Ohio, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and New York. Distressed or problematic properties destabilize neighborhoods, create fire and safety hazards, decrease property values, and drain local tax dollars. Many of these properties were rejected by the private market. For example, the Cook County Land Bank has around 860 vacant lots in Chicago and is acquiring an additional 1,000. So what special powers do land banks typically have? 1. Acquire property sometimes at low to no cost through tax foreclosure proceedings. 2. Hold title in a tax-exempt way. 3. Extinguish back taxes. 4. Clear title and expedite the process of clearing the title. 5. Consolidate and assemble properties into the portfolio of a single agency or department. 6. Streamline the transfer or sale process of properties to the private sector. At times, the sale properties may be at below market price in order to attract buyers that align with the goals of the land bank. And last, 7. Lease properties for temporary use. A land bank is not intended to compete with the private market as it deals with properties that the private market has rejected. Most vacant and abandoned properties have serious legal and financial barriers that make them unattractive to private buyers. An example of this may be a property with years of accumulated back taxes that can exceed the market value of the property. In this case, you can see how no rational buyer would pay for a property where the liabilities and the tax liabilities exceed the market value. Another example is the extensive repairs abandoned properties often require. Again, repairs or entirely replacing the house could exceed the market value. A land bank could acquire the property, tear down the house, and sell the vacant lot in this example, sparing the buyer the expense of doing so.